Hi everyone, my name is Shania and welcome to this YouTube video. We are going to be discussing scholarships, grants, ways to fund your way through your education, whether you're an undergrad, in your master's, or in your doctoral degree in Canada. But we're going to make a coffee first, and I'm going to share a bit of background on why I'm making the video, and we're going to discuss my positionality on the topic. So I drink probably 2 to 3 coffees every single day, and we're going to grab our favorite cups. These cups are from Fable, love them. I am currently a second-year Global Health PhD candidate at McMaster University, and then I was a 2022 CIHR Vanier Scholarship recipient. So I'm honestly making this video because I funded my way through my undergrad, my grad program, my PhD, all through scholarships, grants, and then especially my undergrad, I worked part-time jobs. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I really don't believe there should be any barriers to accessing education. There should be absolutely no barriers to getting into your dream program and feeling comfortable and feeling well and feeling not stressed out about how you're going to pay your bills or how you're going to get through school. So I never had resources going through the entire process. Because I'm entering my last back to school season, I really wanted to give back to all the students out there because I know that I would have loved a video going through all of the templates. Morning coffee, we're starting with Beatrice Society. It's an infused coffee blend. We put about half. Now, I loved school, and so for anyone who's watching this video and is really excited to get into their next program or apply to their master's or PhD program of their choice, I think it's really, 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 really important to find the resources that are going to help you succeed. Okay, we're gonna put the espresso machine on. We're going to wait till it lights up green. Aside from the scholarships and the part-time jobs that I did have, throughout my undergrad, my master's, and my PhD, I owned and started multiple businesses. Businesses that allowed me to refine my skill sets in leadership, fundraising, creating relationships in the community, and just working in building the infrastructure of different companies. I would call myself a builder. Espresso, ready. This is my favorite part. We're going to grab the oat milk. We're going to add the oat milk and then a little splash of this cinnamon dolce concentrate. And that is my daily coffee. Okay, we have our coffee and our snacks. Let's go through all of the scholarship and grant templates. We're going to start off with my most frequently asked questions, and that is how to position yourself in terms of the grants or scholarships that you're hoping to apply for. There are 2 considerations that I think everyone should think about and strategically analyze their skill sets, their attributes before even thinking about applying. Number 1 is your GPA. Most scholarships and grants have a cutoff or have a recommended GPA. Number 2 is the skills and attributes that you can bring and highlight in your application. Very, very, very many scholarships and grants are specifically funding students, let's say, who have leadership qualities or leadership experience, or maybe it's an arts-specific scholarship and grant, and they are looking for someone who does extracurriculars in the arts. So really think strategically about yourself, and at the end of the day, it is time and energy. So make sure that you are aligning yourself with the grant or scholarship before you apply. Number 2, the question I get the most is references. A, how to choose the right reference for you, and B, how do you approach a professor or a mentor in terms of asking them to be a leadership reference for you? Number 1, I personally, and this is my personal recommendation that I did throughout, again, all of my years of school, you need to ask a reference that A, knows you the best in all facets of your life. So not only your academic reference, not only the person that you might have attended a lecture to, but someone who may have mentored you. Maybe they were coaching an extracurricular. Think about someone who knows you in your fullest capacity. And number 2, ask them to be a reference a minimum of 3 months in advance. Some of the professors at, for example, McMaster are so busy and they don't have the luxury of time after work every single day to be writing references and submitting them on your behalf. Think about the 3 people that you really want to be a reference for your application and make sure to ask them 3 months in advance. One recommendation that I have for everyone is to create a reference package. So what a reference package is essentially one PDF. It could be ranging from 20 to 30 pages of everything that your reference might need to write you a stellar, most perfect reference letter. So things like the program description. What about the program attracts you as an applicant? Number 2 is your CV. Number 3 is your leadership or personal statement. And then number 4 is a Tchart. In this Tchart, you're going to essentially outline all of your skills and attributes that they hope to draw on in the application letter. And on the flip side of that Tchart, you're going to describe all of the attributes that the program is looking for in the candidates that they do end up accepting. The reference package is essentially a guidebook for your reference to write the best letter that they could possibly write. It'll allow them time and space to really think about you as an applicant. And I think as an applicant, it offers you the comfort knowing that you've offered your references all the information that they might need to write the most amazing letter. Now going into scholarships and grants. 3 places you're going to look is number 1, all of the Canadian tri-agencies. Number 2 is your home institution's portals. Number 3, scholarships.ca saved me so much time because you can essentially search with key terms and the terms that are related to you as an applicant and the program that you hope to apply to. Now I'm going to quickly walk you through all of the templates that you can use for your application. I like to think about the personal statement or leadership statement as a reflection of you in your entirety. So don't think about just your academic version of you or just your sport mode version of you, but really think about all facets of you as a human that you bring to the program. Starting off with a personal statement and a goal statement. Essentially writing a thesis about what a reader can expect throughout the entirety of your personal statement. Now, this is my personal recommendation because it's worked for me in the past, but having 3 to 4 different themes throughout your personal statement. So for example, one of the themes that I included in my Vanier application was my leadership. Another was removing systemic barriers, and my third was on knowledge translation. 3 small recommendations that I would highly recommend to any applicant, especially in their leadership statement, is A, including any numbers. If you have stats or if you have impact numbers, for example, you launched an organization or you launched a company and you impacted over 1,000 people in the first year, or you raised $83,000 in grants or scholarships for the specific program, include those numbers because it allows the reader, again, to see the impact of your efforts versus being purely descriptive. Number 2 is bold or underline anything throughout your leadership statement that you want to highlight. And number 3, this again is just my personal opinion and something that worked for me, is making a Tchart of all of the qualities and the words that the application or scholarship is using on their website. And then on the opposite side of that Tchart is connecting each and every word or descriptor with yourself. So for example, on the Vanier website, they are looking for academic excellence and they're looking for someone who is innovative. Using the word innovative on the opposite side of that Tchart, understand and analyze how you might be innovative in your day-to-day work. What is a core example of your innovation that you can directly reflect in that leadership statement that connects, again, to the judges that are reading your application? Number 2, your research proposal. Again, remember that the judges that are essentially reading any research proposal that you submit might not be in your area of expertise. So write the research proposal in as lay terms as you can and as descriptive as possible. The key sections of your research proposal include A, the title, try to bold it, your study purpose, your background, research questions, rationale, methodology, and if you have any multi-sector partners that are engaging in your work, your roles and responsibilities as a PhD candidate, as a master's student, or as an undergraduate student, and then knowledge translation activities. The reason I would include knowledge translation, and again, this is just a personal opinion, is if you are applying to anything in the CIHR category, it's one of their priorities and it's something that they really value. And I think it's just a really good skill set to have as a student. Number 3, your CV. Again, from my personal experience, don't shy away from sections like if you've done any news or broadcast interviews, if you've written any articles in traditional media, if you have social media and you're utilizing it as a KT tool, or if you've done any art or art exhibitions. While it may not relate directly to your research, it strengthens the overall profile of you as an applicant when you are applying to a grant or a scholarship. It adds dynamicness to you and your application, which is never going to hurt you or your score. Number 4, references. As I mentioned before, the reference package is a great tool to curate for all of your references, but thinking about the letters and thinking strategically about each facet of you as an applicant. I'll give you an example. For my Vanier application, I had 4 references, 2 were leadership and 2 were academic. The leadership references had actually worked with me in the professional environment outside of the academic environment, but we also worked on like a board together and we had volunteered together, and they were well aware of everything that I've been doing over the course of the 5 years that they knew me. And then, for example, my academic references not only discussed my academic excellence, as they would say, but they discussed my interests outside of the academic environment and how those skills lended themselves well to how I performed in the academic environment. So again, it's not only describing you and your grades or your stats, but it's your purpose and your passion and your why and your intentionality as an applicant, and that can only strengthen your application in any scholarship or grant and not take away from it. To end off this video, I just want to say good luck to every student entering the academic year coming up. And if you have any questions at all, comment them below on this video. You'll also see in the description box below a Dropbox link for all of the templates that I'm really excited for everyone to use. I do have a back to school series both on TikTok and on Instagram, so follow along. And again, good luck, stay well, drive your applications and this next academic year with purpose and intentionality. I'll see you in the next one. Bloopers at the end. Hey guys. Fun fact, I'm actually really sick right now filming this. Okay.